Countdown.
Tahniah. Siaran langsung ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia. Sebuah inisiatif e-didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tumpukan perhatian anda. Siaran langsung akan bermula sebentar lagi. Link sijil akan diberikan di hujung siaran ini. Pastikan diisi dalam tempoh yang ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Hai semua para guru, ibu bapa dan para pelajar yang kami cikgu kasihi sekalian. Selamat datang ke Pusat Tuisyen Akademi YouTuber, Usaha Sahabat e-didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Bermula percuma, selamanya percuma. Untuk mendapatkan keberkatan kelas kita pada malam ini, mari kita sama-sama mulakan kelas dengan membaca kitab Al-Fatihah. Bismillah. Apa khabar para pelajar yang cikgu kasihi sekalian? Harap semua berada dalam keadaan baik dan bersedia untuk meneruskan kelas kita pada malam ini. Cikgu percaya anda semua tak sabar untuk meneruskan kelas kita pada kali ini. Cikgu perkenalkan diri cikgu dulu. Okey, nama cikgu, Cikgu Nunaini binti Harun atau dikenali sebagai Cikgu Naini Ejad daripada Pusat Tingkatanan SMK Sultan Sulaiman Kuala Terengganu selaku moderator pada malam ini. Hari ini kita ada kelas tuition biologi Pra-U khusus untuk biologi, STPN dan matrikulasi. So bagi pelajar-pelajar yang lain dialu-alukan untuk menambah kefahaman dalam tajuk yang akan kita belajar pada malam ini. Pada malam ini kita bersiaran secara langsung dari channel Cikgu FATHIAH66. Sesiapa yang belum subscribe Cikgu Fathiah, silalah tekan butang subscribe sebagai tanda sokongan anda kepada Cikgu Fathiah. Okay, nama sebenar beliau adalah Cikgu Fathiah binti Mansur dari Pusat Tingkatanan SMK Seri Serdang Selangor. Okay, kita akan belajar subjek biologi Pra-U pada malam ini dengan tajuk Gaseous Exchange Implant. Okey, jadi tajuk ini khusus untuk biologi semester 2 yang akan mengulang pada pertama lagi pada awal bulan Mac, dan bagi pelajar matrikulasi juga mereka mempelajari tajuk ini. Dan kelas ini akan berlangsung selama 1 jam dan bersama cikgu dikonti pada malam ini. Okey, Cikgu Faizah atau Cikgu Nur Faizah binti Ahmad. Okey, Cikgu Nur Faizah, Cikgu Faizah dari Kolej Matrikulasi Negeri Sembilan. Okey, sebagai control host dan dia juga adalah sebagai ketua panitia bagi tim biologi Pra-U. Okey, kemudian satu lagi Cikgu Wawa. Okey, Cikgu Wawa Z, nama singkatannya. Nama penuh beliau adalah Cikgu Wahidah binti Zakaria, juga daripada tim biologi Pra-U. Okey, so pelajar-pelajar akan dapati salah seorang lagi cikgu yang join bersama kami biologi Pra-U daripada Kolej Matrikulasi Pahang, sebagai pemerhati. Jadi sebelum kita teruskan kelas kita, ingin cikgu ingatkan semua pelajar dan penonton yang ingin menghantar komen agar menggunakan bahasa yang sopan dan gambar profil yang bersesuaian untuk tontonan umum. Cikgu percaya semua yang hadir kelas pada malam ini merupakan pelajar-pelajar yang cemerlang dan mari kita tunjukkan disiplin yang terbaik. Sila fokus pada isi pelajaran yang akan disampaikan oleh Cikgu Fathiah dan insya-Allah semoga kelas kita pada malam ini dapat dimanfaatkan sepenuhnya oleh para pelajar. Okey, jadi tanpa membuang masa, Cikgu mempersilakan serahkan kelas kita kepada Cikgu Fathiah. Dipersilakan.
Okay, thank you Cikgu Naini. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and very good evening to all my beloved students outside there, also all teachers and parents that together with us for this evening. Thank you very much for joining my class. Okay, thank you Cikgu Nenek as my moderator. Also, thank you for my Ketua Panitia, Cikgu Faiza, Cikgu Nur Faiza as Ketua Panitia and also as a control host for this evening. Also, we have a new member in our biology team. Hi, Cikgu Wawa, in our Conti this evening. Before I start my class, let's get a brief introduction about myself. Okay, my name is Fathiah binti Mansur. Currently, I teaching at Pusat Tingkatan 6 SMK Seri Sedang Selangor since 2010. Teaching experience about 29 years and teaching for Form 6 about 20 years. Let visit my channel, channel Cikgu FATHIAH66 to get some video about the biology Pra-U. Okay, together in biology team, this is my beloved Ketua Panitia Biology AYU, Academy YouTuber, Cikgu Nur Faiza. So you can visit her channel, Cikgu Faiza. Cikgu Faiza teaching at College Matrikulasi Negeri Sembilan, teaching experience about 25 years and 10 years teaching in College Matrikulasi Negeri Sembilan. Together, also we have Cikgu Nurlaini Harun from Pusat Tingkatan 6 SMK Sultan Sulaiman, Kuala Terengganu. Teaching experience about 23 years. Teaching for about 17 years. Okay, her channel is Cikgu Nurlaini HR. Actually, we have a new member, Cikgu Wawa, from College Matrikulasi Pahang. So she just joining our team in biology. Also, we have here team mathematics that lead by teacher Im. Also, the member is teacher Aileen. The member are teacher Aileen and also Cikgu Zana for mathematics M. Also, here is the chemistry team lead by the Cikgu Shanun. The members are Cikgu Vivi Lau, Cikgu Mawar and teacher Tang. Here also the team from Pra-Kawanan, Pra-University, lead by Madam Fizi. The member is Cikgu Yati and Madam Fizi. And we have other STPM subject such as pengajian AM, MURID, pengajian perniagaan and perkawanan. Okay, this is the website for Academy YouTuber. So you all can visit the website to get the current or the new about the tuition. So you can access the website and you can find out many videos, especially the playlist video for the Pra-University. So that is a little bit information about our Pra-University team in Academy YouTuber. So what is our topic today for our tuition? So I choose the gaseous action in plant. This is the syllabus for second semester for STPM. So let me check the biology syllabus in STPM for gaseous action in plant. So the student must what we call master to describe the structure and function of the stoma. Second, the student have to describe or master to describe the mechanism of opening and closing stomata based on potassium ions accumulation hypothesis. For the matriculation syllabus, so gaseous action include the control in plant. So the student have to explain, must master to explain the regulation of stomatal opening and closing based on the starch sugar hypothesis. So here have a different explanation or different, quite a different what we call focus. For STPM, the student must describe the mechanism of opening and closing stomata based on potassium ions accumulation hypothesis. But for matriculation, the student have to explain the regulation and stomatal opening and closing based on the starch sugar hypothesis. Okay. So this is the what we call the picture of the plant. So how the plant can obtain their gas, the gases. So the plant, the organ of the plant that they can obtain the gases is via or through their leaf. So this is the anatomy of the leaf. So the leaf anatomy, you can for sure the student already master the structure of the leaf anatomy. For STPM, the student learn it in the first semester. So the student have to differentiate the C3 and C4 plant. So in the leaf anatomy, so we can check here the structure of leaf. So when we zoom one of the leaf, so the upper part of the leaf we call as cuticle, and then the first layer here we have upper epidermis and palisade mesophyll, and the third layer is spongy mesophyll, and the lower part we call as lower epidermis. So the upper epidermis and lower epidermis is it has a layer we call as cuticle. So where is the what is the, we can see here, this is the what we call the structure of the gut cell. So the gut cell, when we check, we observe this diagram. You can see the surface view of the liverwurst. We can check or we can observe at the epidermal cell. It has the stomatal pore, and there are it has a 2 gut cell. Okay, gaseous exchange in plant. So why plant must have gaseous exchange? Undergo the what we call, they have what we call a process of the gaseous exchange. So the plant required oxygen for respiration and carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. So for the respiration, the plant need oxygen. And then to produce, here is ATP lah. The main product is ATP. So the plant need what we call carbon dioxide to undergo process of photosynthesis. So the plant must have the process of gaseous exchange to get the oxygen and to release the carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Okay, when we check the epidermal of the leaf, this is the epidermal of the leaf. This is the real structure of the leaf. So the gases diffuse into the intercellular spaces of the leaf through pores. So the gaseous exchange is through pores, which are normally on the underside of the leaf, we call as stomata. So from these spaces, they will diffuse into the cell that require the gas. So gaseous exchange in plant occurs mainly through pores in the stomata. So the singular we call as stoma, is still the same. Plural is we call as stomata. So where we can find the stoma or stomata? So this is the what we call location of the stoma. They are found on the epidermis of the leaf and the young stem of the flowering plants. Okay, actually there are different structure for the dicot and the monocotyledon leaf. In the dicot, the stoma are more on the lower epidermis than the upper epidermis. Whereas for the monocot leaf, stoma are found on the both upper and lower epidermis. So this is the stoma. So from the stoma, the gas can the oxygen gas can enter from the atmosphere, and then the carbon dioxide that produced from the respiration can release to the atmosphere, and also carbon dioxide is need or requirement for the process of photosynthesis. Okay. Beside the stoma, also have the structure here we call as lenticel that found in the bark of the stem and root, hair. So it also allow gaseous exchange to take place in the plant, but it is very what we call not much as stoma, very little. Okay, let we check the structure and function. Structure stoma. Okay, this is the structure of the stoma. Surface view. Okay, the stoma consists of here we call as stomatal pore. Stomatal pore, and then surrounded by two kidney shaped gut cell. Surrounded by two gut cells that the shape is like a kidney, kidney shape. Also the stoma have subsidiary cell, which is the epidermal cell. Okay. Also the stoma have you can see here. What you can find in the stoma. Beside the gut cell, and what is inside the gut cell? The gut cell have a vacuole, big vacuole, and it has a nucleus and also a chloroplast. Okay, we check the structure of the gut cell. The gut cell has a large vacuole, cytoplasm containing chloroplast and nucleus. So the gut cell is a living cell. And then also, what is the structure of the gut cell? The gut cell have a specific structure, very specific structure, special structure. This cell has a thinner outer cell wall, thinner. It has thinner outer cell wall and thicker, then less elastic inner wall. The inner wall is thicker and less elastic. Also the gut cell, it has cellulose microfibril that arrange radially, oriented into the cell wall of the gut cell. So you can observe here, the gut cell are joined at the end, joining the end of both of the gut cell are joined at the end. Also the gut cell is surrounded by subsidiary cell. Subsidiary cell actually is a epidermal cell. Okay, how the stoma can open and closing? Who control the opening and closing of the stoma? The stomata opening and closing depend on the changes in the turgor of the gut cell. When the water flow into the gut cell by osmosis, okay, must remember, when you explain about the water flow, into or from the gut cell or into the gut cell, you must mention about the osmosis. If you not mention the about the osmosis, diffuse in or diffuse out by osmosis, you will lose mark there, because you must mention the movement of the water. Okay, when the water flow into the gut cell by osmosis, their tegur pressure increases and they will expand. When water move into the gut cell, so the tegur pressure of the gut cell will increases and the gut cell will expand. Okay, what happened when the gut cell lose water? Okay, so when the gut cell lose water, so the gut cell will, here when open of the stomata, the tegur pressure of the gut cell increases. So it is opposite happen here lah. The tegur pressure of the gut cell will decreases, and the stoma will the pore of the stoma will closes. Okay. So in the syllabus, the student have to for STPM describe the theory, opening and closing of the stomata. For STPM, potassium ion accumulation hypothesis. For what we call matriculation, they use the theory, sugar starch hypothesis. Okay, so Cikgu will explain about the theory of the potassium ion accumulation hypothesis first for the STPM. So stomata opening promoted by the highlight intensity, low mesophyll of carbon dioxide, and also here you must use two so mistake lah sorry lah some human will make mistake low mesophyll carbon dioxide level and high humidity. So the stomatal will open when there are high light intensity, low mesophyll carbon dioxide level and high humidity. So the stoma will open. The stomata opening is promoted by blue light. So all of this factor is studied by the what we call study by the scientists. They found out that there are three factors: high light intensity, low mesophyll carbon dioxide level, and high humidity will open the stomata. Also, the opening is promoted by the blue light. So from this, this is one of the research of the scientists. They what we call relate atau what we call study the stomatal aperture, bukaan stomatal aperture, bukaan stomata, opening of the stomata with the time taken. They what we call do two type of light, red light and then the blue light. So when they what we call give atau bukan give, we said as the red when the plant is what we call spot with the red light, the stomata aperture is very not the opening is not bigger compare when we spot with the blue light. When they spot with the blue light, the stomata aperture will bigger, opening. Okay, opening of stomata by potassium ion accumulation hypothesis. Okay, so I do in the flow chart, because we have to show in the big word, typing. So I use many slide here because if I use a small wording, so the student cannot see the slide. Okay. First, when the blue light is absorbed by the blue light photoreceptor, in the plasma membrane of the gut cell, so it will activate the ATP powered proton pump, or what we call hydrogen ion, or ATPase. So the ATP generated by the light in the gut cell are hydrolyzed to provide energy to drive the proton pump. As the proton, hydrogen plus, hydrogen ion, we call as a proton, are pumped out of the gut cell, so the cell become increasingly negative. The gut cell become increasing negative charge. So the negative charge, the increasing negative charge of the gut cell, so it will what we call is replaced by the potassium ion. So the inward potassium ion channel are activated because of the gut cell become negatively increasing negative charge. It will activate the potassium ion channel. So what happened when the potassium ion channel activated? So potassium ion will diffuse from the subsidiary cell through the channel down to the electrochemical gradient into gut cell. So the student must remember, the potassium ion diffuse from subsidiary cell through the down to the electrochemical gradient into the gut cell. So when the student explain about the movement of the substances, like the what we call the ion, or the water molecule, so the student must mention from where and to where. What I can check, the student answer, the student always forget. They just give the answer, move to where, from where, but no from where, just to where, to next destination. So here you must mention what is the substances here. So the potassium ion diffuse from the subsidiary cell through the channel, from the potassium ion channel, through the channel meaning from the potassium ion channel, down electrochemical gradient into the gut cell. So when the potassium ion enter to the gut cell, it is followed by the chloride ion, Cl negative. So why? Because to balance the charge. And then the accumulation of potassium ion causes the water potential in the gut cell to become more negative. Okay, water potential. Remember, water potential in the gut cell become more negative because of the accumulation of potassium ion. Okay, what happened when the water potential of the gut cell are more negative? So water enter by osmosis from the neighboring subsidiary cell. So the student must mention water enter from subsidiary cell into the gut cell by osmosis. If you left or you miss the word of osmosis here, so no mark for your explanation. And then you must mention water enter from where? From subsidiary cell to the gut cell by osmosis. Okay, what happened to the gut cell when the water enter from the subsidiary cell? The gut cell become turgid. Okay, turgid must have, and then the volume increases. When turgid, the volume increases and the gut cell expand. Okay, so here is mentioned, it is related to the structure of the gut cell. The gut cell have, so we can continue, proceed. What is the structure of the gut cell? Okay, the gut cell have outer wall is thinner and more elastic than the inner wall. And also cellulose microfibril radially arranged around the gut cell. And the cell wall at the end of the gut cell are joined. So the three structure, special structure of the gut cell will increase the turgor pressure of the gut cell. So causes the gut cell to curve outward and the stomata pore will open. So
Okay, Cikgu Fathiah, benda ni boleh kita break sekejap ni.
Boleh.
Kita sama
Okay, terima
lepas
kasih.
closing julat. Okay, so kelas kita rehat sebentar dengan iklan. Okay.
Alah, apa ni? PKPB lagi. SPM pula ditangguhkan. Jenuhlah nak bayar yuran tuition. Pernah dengar tentang tuition percuma? Kami di Akademi YouTuber menyediakan tuition online secara percuma kepada anda semua. Ada prasekolah, sekolah rendah, sekolah menengah, STPM, juga untuk matrikulasi. Percuma je. Jom layari laman sesawang www.academyyoutuber.com.
Okay, kita teruskan Cikgu Fathiah.
Okay, terima kasih Cikgu Naini. So this diagram, okay, we can continue. Okay, this diagram show the process of opening of the stomata. When the blue light stimulate proton, ATPase synthase proton pump, providing the membrane potassium for the gut cell to import potassium ion and sugar. As a result, water enter by osmosis from the subsidiary cell to gut cell. So and then the water swollen gut cell and then the pore will opening. Okay, stomata closing. Stomata closure can be triggered by water stress, high temperature. Also here missing two, it's a mistake. Increasing carbon dioxide level in the leaf mesophyll and low light intensity at night time. So this structure, this diagram show the stoma close. So also the hormone abscisic acid ABA is secreted by the plant cell when transpiration rate is high and soil water is low. So the closing of stomata, here we relate with the hormone abscisic acid and also light intensity at night. Okay, closing of stomata by water stress, by abscisic acid. Okay, hormone abscisic acid ABA is secreted by the plant cell when transpiration rate is high and the soil water is low. So the abscisic acid molecule that bind to the receptor protein in the plasma membrane. So what happen when the transpiration rate is high and soil water is low? So the abscisic acid molecule bind to the receptor protein in the plasma membrane of the gut cell. The abscisic acid control of stomata opening and closing. So when the abscisic acid bind to the protein receptor, so lead to influx of calcium, calcium ion. Water exit gut cell and stomata will close. Okay, when the abscisic acid binding to the what we call protein receptor at the membrane cell of the gut cell, so it lead to influx of calcium ion, influx of calcium ion and the opening of potassium channel. So water exit gut cell and stomata will close. Okay. This increase the permeability of calcium channel in the plasma membrane. Calcium channel open and calcium ion from surrounding or subsidiary cell enter into the gut cell. So calcium ion also released from the internal store in the cell vacuole and endoplasmic reticulum in the cytosol. Okay. The accumulation of calcium ion in the cytosol inhibit the proton pump. The proton pump hydrogen ion ATP base. This is an increase of hydrogen ion in the cytosol. The outward of potassium channel open and the large amount of potassium diffuse out of the gut cell into the subsidiary cell down along an electrochemical gradient. So when the potassium ion diffuse out from the gut cell to the subsidiary cell, it is followed by the chloride ion, also diffuse out from the gut cell into the subsidiary cell. So the water potential in the gut cell will increases. Water diffuse out to the neighboring subsidiary cell by osmosis. So the turgor pressure in the gut cell will decreases. The cell become flaccid and the stomata will close. Closes. Okay, let we check. Okay tak? Ada pertanyaan tak? Tak ada kan? Alright. Closing of stomata during night. Just now we mentioned about the closing of stomata related to hormone of abscisic acid. Now closing of stomata during night. At night, the chloroplast in the gut cell do not undergo photosynthesis, so less ATP is produced. The potassium ion diffuse out of the gut cell into the subsidiary cell. So what happened? It will cause water potential in the gut cell increases. So water diffuse out by osmosis to neighboring cell. The gut cell become flaccid and the stomata pore will closes. Alright. Tak ada apa-apa pertanyaan ya, Cikgu Laini?
Tak ada setakat ni. Student.
Okay.
Okay, boleh teruskan ya.
Alright. So at night this is the diagram show how the process of closing of the stomata at night under condition of water stress, stimulate ABA, abscisic acid. So potassium ion and other solute exit gut cell. Potassium ion will exit gut cell. This will causes the water to leave, deflating gut cell and closing the pore. Okay, this is the real stoma when using the electron micrograph, scanning electron microscope. Show the open stoma. Show that this is the gut cell, and this is the stoma, and the below here, when the stomata is closed. Right. This diagram show how the relationship atau what we call related of the potassium ion, chloride ion to the what we call closing and the opening of the stoma. When the stoma opening, potassium ion is what we call exit or move out from the gut cell to the subsidiary cell. It is followed by the chloride ion, and then the water also release to the meaning here when water release to the subsidiary cell, the what we call the water potential of the what we call the gut cell is lower or higher, student? When water move out.
Ada student nak join, boleh tanya soalan. Okay, boleh menjawab soalan Cikgu Fathiah.
You can see here when stomata close, potassium ion is diffused in to the gut cell, followed by chloride ion, and water is diffused in from the subsidiary cell. What you can relate from the what we call the concept of osmosis. When the water is diffused out from the area, meaning the water potential of the area is high or lower?
Yes. Yes, student. Okay, belajar high atau lower dalam sel.
Tinggi atau rendah?
Ya. Okay, boleh
nak jawab.
Dia punya string yak sudah diberi dalam komen. Pelajar boleh tekan dan join bersama Cikgu Fathiah.
Tak ada yang jawab.
Lower. Ada miau kikil klik. Ni student saya dia. Dia jawab lower.
Okay.
Miau.
The water
lower.
Betul tak lower? Water potential. When the water release from the gut cell, water potential is lower. Betul?
Yes. Lower lah.
Betul ya?
Okay, so seorang student miau. Miau nama Mimi. Kita klik say lower. Okay, Tahniah Mimi.
Tahniah betul ya?
Yeah.
Alright. So I cannot view this video Is that apa? Alright. So now we go to mechanism opening of stomata by starch sugar hypothesis. This is for the matriculation. They use the starch sugar hypothesis. Okay, during photosynthesis, the production of glucose in the gut cell, the glucose will produce in the gut cell. So it will decrease the water potential of its subsolution. So lower than the epidermal cell, because the glucose will it will increase the osmotic pressure of the gut cell. It will decrease the water potential of the gut cell. So the pressure gradient is established between the epidermal cell and the gut cell. So water enter the gut cell by osmosis, and the gut cell become the JIT. The thin and flexible cellulose wall bordering the epidermal cell to be more stretched compared to the wall border of the stomatal aperture, which is thicker. The what we call the structure of the gut cell, it has a very special. The gut cell has a very special structure, which is it has the outer layer is very thin and it is what we call flexible kan, compared to the inner. The inner is thicker, and not flexible, So it will shape, it will give the oval shape of the aperture of the what we call the stomata, meaning the gut cell become oval shape, and it will open the stomata. Okay, mechanism of stomatal closing, the conversion of glucose to starch. So when night, during night, the glucose will converted into starch. So in the gut cell, it become osmotically inactive. It will increase the water potential of the sub-solution in the gut cell, which higher than that of the surrounding epidermal cell. Okay, a pressure gradient is established in the opposite direction. So water leave the gut cell by osmosis. So the gut cell become flaccid, lost turgor, and the closure of the stomata aperture. Okay, now we go to the importance of stomata. Wow. So stomata allow gaseous exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen between the plant and the surrounding, regulate the rate of transpiration and control water loss of the plant. When the water is lost through the stomata, it creates the transpiration pool, which can pull the water and mineral salts from the roots to the higher parts of the plant. Number 4, transpiration also has a cooling effect on the plant. Actually, the important and the structure of stomata already come out in the past year question, 2016 ke 19, I not remember. So the mark is 5 mark. In the question they ask the student what is the structure of the stomata, and also the important the function of the stomata. Now we go to last section, question and answer. Number 1. Okay, student.
Okay,
I
let's
just
answer.
give you objective question. Okay, which condition causes the opening of the stomata? A, the efflux of potassium ion from the gut cell. All the question actually is from past year question, objective, from the STPM. Meaning the hypothesis is refer to the potassium ion accumulation in the gut cell. B, the increase in the concentration of glucose in the gut cell. Glucose in the gut cell. The increase the concentration of carbon dioxide in the gut cell. D, the increase in the concentration of abscisic acid when the plants are exposed to stress. Okay, I repeat, which condition causes the opening of stoma? The efflux of potassium ion from the gut cell. Do you remember about the potassium ion? When the when the blue light, when the blue light is spot to the plant, so it will activate the proton pump kan? The proton pump, the hydrogen ion. So and then
Cikgu Fathiah, ada jawapan pelajar. May we
Okay, good.
may we critically say A. Okay. And like Krista said D. Okay,
B
so
ke
which one?
D?
D, dadu.
Bola.
Donkey. Donkey.
Donkey
Yeah.
causes the opening of the stomata. opening of the stomata, increase of concentration
Okay.
of abscisic acid. A, efflux of the potassium ion from the gut cell.
Okay, either A or D they say.
They say A or D. How about the other answer?
Okay, so let's write student ada answer instead of A and D. Okay. How about the B and C?
How about the B? Increase the concentration of glucose in the gut cell. Actually, even this question for the STPM, we refer to the potassium ion influx, the accumulation.
But they also must know about the glucose.
Glucose. So
yes.
for me, the answer is D.
Boy.
Boy. Increase of concentration of glucose. When the concentration of glucose is increased in the gut cell, so what happened to the osmotic potential of the gut cell? Decrease or dia terbalik kan? Glucose, osmotic pressure is high. So dia it is reverse kan? Reverse condition lah.
Yes, so water potential will high also so that open the gut. Okay, Cikgu Fathiah, is that the idea?
What?
Okay, let's join the other question.
Number 3 pula. Number 2 suppose kan?
Yes, number 2. Okay, never mind, go to number 3. Is that okay? Okay, Cikgu Fathiah.
Mechanism of opening and closing of stomata is related to potassium ion and carbon dioxide. Which of the following statement is correct? This is related to potassium ion. So this is for STPM student. Potassium ion accumulation. So in the potassium ion accumulation, if student remember, blue light, when there are a blue light, so the blue light receptor in the gut cell will activate the proton pump in the gut cell. So hydrogen ion will diffuse out from the gut cell. Then it is replaced, digantilah by the potassium ion, and also chloride ion will balance the what we call the diffuse in of the potassium ion. Okay, let me check. Do you remember the concept, student?
Okay, student. Let's try.
So when the stomata open, when the blue light, there are a blue light, and then the blue light will what we call exposed to the plant. So the plant have blue light receptor. So the receptor will activate the proton pump lah. The proton pump. So the proton pump, proton pump, which is as a hydrogen ion, it is diffused out from the plant, and then it is displaced ataupun diganti lah of the potassium ion, and also followed by chloride ion. So what happen? It will decrease the water potential of the gut cell. So water from the subsidiary cell will move from the neighboring cell or subsidiary cell to the gut cell. So the gut cell become turgid. Itu mesti follow. The word turgid must have there, and then when turgid, it will open the stoma. And also you must mention the 3 type of structure of the gut cell.
Okay, Cikgu Fathiah ada jawapan Anis Syafika said D, donkey. Okay. Yeah, donkey answer. And also
Okay,
Z, Ting Chai
yeah.
also said D. Okay, two students said C, said D, donkey.
Let
And
me check
yes, another one said A, Miwi said A. So which one? Either
Okay,
A or
now
D. Yes.
A or D Okay, let me check. A or D Okay, let me check A. When the hydrogen concentration in the gut cell increases, okay, hydrogen
Yes.
concentration of the gut cell increases, the
The
potassium
carbon.
ion move out of the gut cell and the stomata open. Yeah. Okay. When the oxygen concentration in the gut cell increase, during night or during daytime?
During night or day.
Increases. Ada tak pelajar jawab? Concentration of gut cell
Nobody.
increases.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody to
Okay.
say. Okay.
When the
Maybe they
concentration of
are.
concentration
Yeah.
of the gut cell increases,
Mm-hmm.
the potassium ion move out of the gut cell and the stomata open. Okay. Stomata open when the what we call the potential the what we
Okay,
call
plus.
osmotic potential of the gut cell is lower kan.
Mm-hmm.
And then the water from subsidiary cell will diffuse into the gut cell by osmosis,
Yes.
and the gut cell become tegur.
Yeah.
Concentration. Okay. D, when the
Carbon dioxide concentration.
dioxide concentration gut cell increases, potassium ion move into the gut cell and the stomata open.
Okay, the A and D
What is the
different.
difference here?
Different process. So either A or D the answer.
The answer is D
So
kan?
yes. Okay, so
Uh,
maybe students still confused about the movement. The movement of potassium
potassium
ions.
ion.
Yes. Okay. So teacher Fathiah,
Apa dia? Ya.
other practice question. We have about 3 minutes more.
3 minit ya.
Yes.
Okay, let me stop here lah kot 3
Okay.
minit. Just 3 minit lah.
Yes, just 3 minutes. Okay, so
Okay, thank you very much.
okay.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you
so
very much for so I cannot view all the question. For me this topic quite difficult, abstract kan. So the student have to watch more animation animation video lah because this it is abstract. Okay, thank you for watching my class for this evening. All the mana yang baik tu daripada Allah, mana kekurangan tu is from me. Okay, thank you. Bye.
okay, terima kasih kepada Cikgu Fathiah atas perkongsian ilmu yang sangat bermanfaat dan mudah difahami dan sangat menarik. Jadi Cikgu harap bagi pelajar sana terus join teacher Fathiah channel untuk melihat kembali dia punya animation ataupun video berkaitan dengan tajuk ini. Okay, aku rasa tajuk ini agak complicated sikit bagi plan. Okay, so alhamdulillah kita dah selesai kelas pada malam ini. Tahniah diucapkan pada semua yang setia mengikuti kelas pada malam ini dari awal hingga saat ini. Sebelum cikgu tamatkan kelas pada malam ini, dipersilakan ahli konti untuk beri sepatah dua kata. Okay, Cikgu Fathiah, Cikgu Faizah dulu.
Okey, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat malam semua pelajar, ibu bapa dan guru-guru yang mengikuti kelas Cikgu Fathiah pada malam ini. Okey, first of all, tahniah kepada Cikgu Fathiah. Okey, perkongsian yang sangat menarik, slide yang sangat hebat. Okey, dan Cikgu harap semua pelajar boleh ikuti semula video ini untuk ulang kaji, terutama pada pelajar matrikulasi yang akan belajar nanti pada chapter transport. Tahniah Cikgu Fathiah. Jangan lupa kelas akan subscribe channel Cikgu Fathiah. Tahniah Cikgu Fathiah. Thank you.
Okey, yang kedua boleh silakan Cikgu Wawa Z untuk beri sepatah dua kata. Cikgu Wawa.
Hello, Assalamualaikum semua. Okey, ini adalah first time saya join kelas malam ni. Okey, tahniah untuk Cikgu Fathiah sebab dapat run kelas dengan jayanya. Okey, cuma untuk pelajar-pelajar, cikgu semua ni bukan biasa dengan online teaching ni. So lagi banyak kamu support lecturer ataupun cikgu-cikgu semua ni. Kami ni kami akan memperbaiki diri kami dengan lebih baik lagi. So untuk memberi yang terbaik kepada kamu semua. Okey, itu sahaja daripada saya. Stay tune.
Okey, jadi yang terbaik semua dari cikgu. Okey, jadi sebelum kita tamatkan sesi siaran langsung hari malam ini, mohon tutup ruangan chat dan klik butang subscribe untuk Cikgu Fathiah dan aktifkan ikon loceng supaya dapat notification supaya anda tidak terlepas pada sesi kelas seterusnya. Sekiranya anda suka apa yang dipelajari hari ini, sila klik like, share kepada rakan-rakan di media sosial anda yang tidak dapat bersama malam ini untuk sebarkan ilmu dan beroleh kebaikan melalui perkongsian tersebut. Sila tarik dan di ruangan chat sebelum link CJ akan diberikan. Link CJ sudah ada. Dan kod access-nya adalah hashtag kelas AYU didik. Jadi link CJ ni akan tamat dalam tempoh setengah jam selepas live. Jadi pastikan anda semua menggunakan email didik sahaja dan kesalahan masukkan email tidak akan dilayang. Dan kelas seterusnya untuk tuition biologi Pra-U adalah pada hari dan waktu yang sama, itu minggu hadapan pada malam ini, hari Sabtu 9.30 malam. Jangan lupa untuk dapatkan jadual terkini di portal Akademi AYU. Anda dijemput untuk ke portal www.academyyoutuber.com untuk dapatkan info terkini dan bantu cikgu untuk sebarkan kelas tuition percuma ini kepada rakan-rakan guru-guru seluruh Malaysia. Usaha ini adalah hasil gabungan guru-guru seluruh Malaysia untuk semua pelajar seluruh negara, terutamanya dalam menghadapi saat genting melawan pandemik COVID-19 dan juga sebagai rujukan sebelum anda semua menjalani peperiksaan yang utama nanti STPM semester 2 dan seterusnya. Semoga kita mendapat manfaat dari kelas yang dijalankan. Ingat hashtag bermula percuma selamanya percuma. Terima kasih kepada semua penyangkut akademi YouTuber. Segala yang baik itu datang daripada Allah SWT. Jika terdapat sebarang kekurangan dan kelemahan adalah dari pihak kami. Jadi doakan kami akan terus kuat semangat untuk membantu anda semua dalam membangunkan pendidikan Malaysia. Jadi itu sahaja malam ini. Assalamualaikum. Bye.
Berikutan pengumuman penutupan sekolah sehingga akhir persekolahan. Pengajaran dan pembelajaran secara home-based learning tetap diteruskan. Oleh itu, kami di Akademi YouTuber menyediakan tuition online percuma pertama di Malaysia dari prasekolah hinggalah ke sekolah menengah dengan kerjasama e-didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Kenapa bayar jika anda boleh dapat percuma? Bermula percuma, selamanya akan percuma. Manfaatkan peluang yang ada. Jangan tunggu lagi, sertailah sekarang. Untuk maklumat lanjut, layari www.academyyoutuber.com.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber.